What's up, my peoples? How are we this lovely Tuesday? It'll probably be evening when I have this uploaded. But there's something I need to say. I did a boo-boo the other day. Kind of a cardinal sin. But it came from the heart. And I meant zero ill will towards anyone. I talked about other readers. And one, it's not my place. And this work and what we do is all about love and forgiveness. So I asked myself for forgiveness and that I was wrong. Okay? And if anyone may have seen it or enveloped it, took it in, whatever, I am truly sorry if I hurt anyone's feelings or took it to heart, but it came from a place of love. We all put ourselves out there for you, the consumer, the subscriber, for information, for guidance and hope. And it takes courage to do this. But I'm asking for your forgiveness also. And forgiveness for my guides. I truly try to release any ego in this whole thing. It's not about me. If anyone's been around for quite a while on my channel, I do channelings, and all the guides and whatnot have come from a place of love. I care deeply for all people. I care deeply for immigrants, Black Americans, Chinese Americans, everyone. I would never want and never have put out evil intent towards anyone. But it may have come across more so poor judgment. So, like I said, I apologize. And I'm putting it out to the universe. And if anyone took offense and seen it, that they would accept my apology. But I will continue to put out best content I can. I was driven to start my own channel. I was reading on other people's reads, and it could be offensive, because they're putting out their stuff, and I've been chiming in, last year before I started this. And it's like, well, I could do this. It took a leap of faith, and I put myself out there. And when you do this in the public eye, you find criticism. You find people you don't resonate with, whatever. It's not about numbers. It's not about ego. It's not about being the best. Because every single one has something to offer. And like others have said, it's a piece of a puzzle. You might get a tidbit from this one, and a tidbit from that one, and then we know. I get my hits. Others get their hits. Some things aren't true, because you see different things with different people. So the truth is not to be known at some certain time. If you hear different things, is how we're interpreting. We're getting the correct answers, but the truth may not be known. I always listen to spirit. I always do. It's not my opinion. It's what my lovely guides tell me. And I talked before about like vibrations. More evolved people or more sensitive people have higher vibrations. And it's harder to connect with certain people. Let's say reader to reader. Let's say if I have a friend, and I'm trying to read on this person, requested. And it may be difficult to try to channel those signals because that reader is at a higher vibration for me, and I can't break through her tuning fork or his tuning fork. So everyone is reader, psychic, tarot card reader is at a higher level in certain ways. Some of us get hits. We'd be reading and it's like, oh, this is Mueller, or oh, this is Nancy Pelosi. Eventually it all can be established, through more and more reads, and like, who is this person? You kind of figure it out with help of the lovely subscribers or whatever, But I'll get those messages, as you can see by my channelings. I get the messages from spirit. So I wanted to share this gift that I got, and I'm not a greedy person at all. I don't care about fame. It's me. I always hope to come from a place of love, a place of appreciation, a place of accepting criticism. Uh-oh. My stand is falling. And if I say something, in a read or something, and it's like, I don't agree, I welcome it. We can try to figure it all out. But I always listen to them first. I don't matter. What I'm getting from them matters. So, it's my little take today, and that I am very sorry. And I send love and light to everyone. Love and light to all readers. And I wish them nothing but the best. So, on to business. A lovely subscriber, Lucine Despota, hope I said it right, gave me a request of someone to look at. And her name is Sherie Wilde. Come to find out, she lives real close to me. Crazy. And I really want to email her and set up a meeting. But she's been speaking and talking for many, many years. That I think it was when she was age 8, she says she was abducted by aliens. And they constantly communicate with her and bring messages and struggles in her life, but she's bringing her message forward through ETs. And Lucine asked me if I'd look at her. So I asked, like spirit guides or ETs, whoever is guiding her, would this be okay? And I do feel it's okay. I always ask first. So it's kind of difficult to do this way. But I'm going to try. But I feel like One, I feel like our space friends and angels and spirit guides all kind of work together for one greater purpose: to help us evolve, to help us move forward. And what I am seeing is like her energy, there's a lot of purple around her and some blue. And it does seem like there's two different space friends around her. One more prevalent that does speak to her literally. It does feel like they've been distant for a while. Kind of like giving her a break. But it's kind of crazy how her life has went. Because a lot of people, thought she was like the crazy lady, saying she's abducted. But the area where she grew up has been one of the hot spots for extraterrestrial activity. And one of the nearby towns where I live does have what they call UFO days. Because I think it was in 68, there was many sightings. I think it was 68, around there. And then something in the 80s too. I can't remember, something like that. But there was a lot of people that reported lights in the sky, a hovering craft, and she lived in that area. And she claimed she was abducted and lost 2 hours of her life. I do believe this to be true. And in other reads, I have gotten that our space friends are here to help. They are a source of compassion, and they don't want to hurt us. They want us to evolve. And she talks about higher consciousness and more people coming in, and which is true. More and more people are getting to that level of awareness of spirituality. And I was feeling too like the more we evolve, per se, like in the 90s, you have more aware kids coming in, accepting of spirituality and that spirits exist and all that. And, what do they call them? I think I've talked about this before, like crystal children or indigo children, that kind of thing. But more and more aware are coming in. And she talks about this. What else she talked about? I took a few notes. The abduction. It's a strange thing when someone is abducted and disappears. And I was getting like before, it was like when that happens, I feel like the people need to be like adjusted because they're going elsewhere. Their bodies and everything need to be adjusted and get to a higher level to be able to go to the galaxies or wherever they may be. But in In Sherie's case, it feels like she was taken to be opened up and be one of those people to spread the message gradually. It can't be like Independence Day where tons of aliens or space friends come in and try to blow us up. But I don't feel that'll happen. I feel, loving and caring and wanting more. She said something about she believes that her eggs were harvested to create a different being or something. I'm not feeling that I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm not feeling that the space friends took her body parts per se, like her eggs, to create different beings. I'm not so sure about that one. But it felt like more of a awakening transformation, an attunement or open her mind. And what else was there? She talks about protection and getting protection. She says they protect her. They do in ways. She also talks about bad health that she has all the time. To me, I'm getting it's like that could have been prevented because she didn't get the right protection kind of thing. It's like things she was getting, she wasn't releasing. Because when you do this work too, you might get dark energies and you need to release that. So when you carry spiritual burdens, it can affect your health. So you need to release, call on angels or Archangel Michael or, someone to take this negativity away. And to me, it's feeling like she didn't release it. So, like, if you have anxieties or social disorders or something, it feels to me that you could just release, stay out of the negativity, ask to release. So in that respect, also goes to the point, I briefly looked at, what do you call it? Like a running talk, like not a podcast, but a posting where you can continue to get questions and answers. I think it's on her book or her website or something. But she's talking about the deep state and her believing that Donald Trump is one of the good guys. And I'm like, if they're part of this loving, I mean, some of the stuff she said about the awakening and spirituality and a lot of energy coming to Earth is very true. It is changing. But those messages she's receiving there are very misguided. Because there's no way from what I feel and see is that the corruption going on in our government is a positive thing. Yes, it'll eventually make things better and show us what's wrong. But I'd really like to tap her mind and talk to her why she believes that Donald Trump and this administration is a good thing. Get rid of the deep state. Unless, I mean, she also says he's doing good, for humanity, for people and stuff. No, 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 no. Totally wrong. But in a sense, if you're talking about deep state of global elitists controlling us in a sense of manipulation and money for power, yes, he is there for that too. It'll help root out that evil to hopefully bring everyone into more of a balance of consciousness and happy times and feeling better about your life, which is a good thing. But some of the things she says is just mainly about the political scene. But everything I heard, I listened to her a little bit, to try to get a background and feeling. A lot of it about consciousness and spiritual awakenings and all that are very positive, and it seems very correct to me. She said something about, do our souls agree to be abducted or to have contact, prior to becoming life? That is a weird feeling to me. It's kind of like yes and no. Because I was getting something before. In order to be part of that, to accept Space Friends contact, there has to be something within the DNA, it feels like. And maybe the DNA of the soul, too. It's like a conjunction, a meeting of the minds and meeting. Things have to be there. It just feels like you can't pick someone off the street. Let's say Brad Pascal or something. They'd be like, he ain't gonna work, So does a soul, prior to being life, agree to be contacted or abducted? Not out of the blue. It feels like to me it has to be someone who has previous contact, like an evolvement, slowly. It's like our souls and reincarnation and coming in again. Each time you get better and better, hopefully, and learn. So like her prior life, whatever, which feels like a man, had some sort of awareness of space friends and whatnot. There's a connection, you know what I mean? It feels like there needs to be a connection first, somewhat. And then once you're born, or you create yourself inside your mom's womb, there does feel to be like an acceptance. But there's something about the DNA or the involvement of your soul and of your mind that makes it a perfect fit. I'm hearing they're using her vessel to bring out knowledge, kind of like one person at a time. And in a way, she'll be rewarded. Even though she says she struggles with health, struggles with finances. She says it's part of her karmic destiny or whatever, something like that, in which she accepted. She lost her family. Her daughters don't associate with her anymore, I guess. But she says it's part of her acceptance of what she needs to do. So, if anyone would search her, Sherie Wilde, maybe listen to a couple of her videos that she was on podcasts or, talking, it's very interesting. And generally, I feel it's very true. Very true. But what she says in her, I think it's on her website or book. It's like streaming comments. Someone asks her questions and responds. Some of those things I was reading, it was like, whoa, that's not correct. I mean, that's kind of like common sense stuff. It's like, no, these people aren't the good guys. So there's some dark energy there, kind of on like the right wing side, that just like, whoa, that's not on the right page. That's what I feel anyway. Maybe others, you check her out, you'll see something different. But the stuff on the YouTube and whatnot I found seems legit. But when, like I said, I was reading in her blog or whatever, some comments, she always talks about light and love and caring, and which is awesome. But there's other things. It's like she's disconnected. But if you read between the lines, she's correct. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I do feel like her guides are two space friends, two different kinds. But I hope someday I want to email her and hopefully meet with her, pick her mind and get her energy. It'd be cool to, have it on audio or something, just for recollection's sake or something. But so technically this wasn't a reading. I just talked about what she said and, listen to what my guys have to say. I just heard that I didn't have acceptance to get in her energy or get to like channel them, but I had an okay to talk. That's what I'm kind of feeling. So anyhow, I gotta get going. Love and light to all. Bless you for being here. Thank you. And we'll see you next time. Peace. Salute.